Well, I suppose we can scratch that one off the list as well. Honestly, at this point I'm beginning to question why I even bother trying. Every single attempt I've made towards my dream of ruling the world, that confounded hooligan of a failed creation keeps ruining all my plans. Maybe I just wasn't meant to. Huh? Who is there? Reveal yourself at once. Who are you? How did you get in here? Only I possess the key to enter this laboratory, and only I can... What was that? You found a key under the welcome mat. Ugh, of course. How could I have forgotten about the spare I purposely left there in case of emergencies? At any rate, I don't quite have the time to entertain guests at the moment, so could you just leave me to my brooding over my own inadequacies? I would very much appreciate it. Huh? Who am I, you ask? Are you serious? Do you truly not recognize me? The big N on my head doesn't give it away. Oh. Well, that is a bit insulting, I must admit. Well, if you must know, you have entered the domain of the amazing Dr. Neo Cortex. Oh, what's the use? Laughing doesn't even feel right anymore. Dare I even ask what brings you here? I've not the patience for autographs, and none of my inventions are for sale. You are wondering why I'm upset? You do not have to concern yourself with me. My problems are mine alone, and I do not need the assistance of another to get through them. After all, every colleague I've ever enlisted to my cause has all but failed me or defected. You still want to know? Do you not realize I am an evil scientist? I have wreaked havoc across multiple dimensions and time periods, gained power rivaling demigods, and went through infancy a second time, but we will not speak of that. My point is, does any of that trouble you? It does not. I see. Well, I'm afraid the cause of my sorrow is a long and depressing story. One that you, more than likely, would not want to sit through unless you had nothing better to do. You don't have anything better to do? My, what a very plain life you must have. At any rate, I suppose I will tell you. You see, this all started when I was just a young boy with dreams and aspirations like any other. My sole purpose in life was to become an evil scientist that would conquer the world. Despite my youth, I knew just how I had hoped to achieve my dreams. What was it, you ask? Splendid question. It was meant to happen by creating my own army of super animals. That's right. You heard me correct. With my ingenious mind, I had created the technology needed to turn even the meekest of animals into earth-shaking forces to be reckoned with. At first, I started small by using my two pet parrots, Victor and Moritz, as my first ever test subjects. Unfortunately, as you can imagine when dealing with advanced tech you don't fully understand, you happen to come across troubling results. In my case, I had inadvertently sent my dear parrots through the infinite dimensions. Did I ever see them again? Oh, certainly. In fact, they came back just a few years ago as superintelligence beings that tried to destroy me. It warms this evil heart of mine to know they worked so hard to replace me. They failed entirely, but it was the thought that counted. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. So, as I grew, so too did my aspirations and ambition. I started capturing numerous animals to use in my army. Sadly, it would seem I recruited one that led to the horrific nightmare I still live to this day. What was that animal? This creature was meant to be the greatest among my commandos. It was to stand among them as a leader and unwavering force amidst adversity. Yet, all I ended up with was a bumbling fool of a bandicoot. Just saying that word makes me want to cringe. Yes, a bandicoot. Of all the creatures I could have chosen, am I right? Anyway, I was in the process of converting his mind when failure had ensued. His name is Crash. He escaped my clutches and washed up somewhere on the shores of Insanity Beach. You are wondering how a bandicoot could cause me problems? That is a thought that still plagues me to this very day. Explain to me how a creature with the IQ of a paperclip can outmaneuver an evil scientist. I even have a degree in evil etiquette. How many degrees does he have? I'll tell you, the answer is equivalent to that which resides in his brain. Nothing. Even as I had numerous henchmen to assist me, my countless attempts at capturing him were all for nothing. Eventually, I just thought it easier to destroy him, but it would appear that even that proved to be utterly impossible. I find it amazing you are even still listening to me. You find my story to be interesting. I see. Well, thank you. You are the first person I've encountered for some time that I've not tried to destroy or recruit. I must say that I'm growing rather fond of your company. Tell me, is it truly too much to ask to conquer the world as a great and powerful evil figure? Oh, please be honest. I might be setting my sights a bit too high? You didn't have to be that honest, you know. Much as it may pain me to admit, perhaps you are right about that. Maybe I've been looking at this the wrong way. With all the failures in my past, you would think one would simply give up and try something else, but I kept trying. I resorted to doing things that no normal evil scientist would do. Dress as a female bandicoot, participate in a racing tournament, utilize the power of titans, though I do not like to talk about that one very much. Could it be that I'm truly incapable of succeeding? It's just, this is all I had ever dreamed of doing. And if I cannot do something as simple as destroy a failed experiment, then what use am I? What would you suggest? Do you think I should tone things down? Explain. Ah, so you believe I went too far too soon? Do you? You may be correct. I ignorantly chose to go after the entire world when I should have started off small. Oh, I feel invigorated now. Maybe I will try practicing with such things as thievery or larceny or, changing rolls of toilet paper in every bathroom to roll under instead of over. That will certainly send a message that Cortex is back. But what do I do if that wretched bandicoot comes back? Talk to him? What good will that do? The last time I tried to be civil, I found myself trapped in a room with him undergoing therapy. If you don't believe me, then look it up. What have I got to lose? Well, I had a few things in mind, but I may have lost those already. Ugh. I suppose I will take your advice. You know, something I just realized? I never truly had a friend. I've never trusted anyone but myself, nor have I ever really cared about anyone else. Until you snuck into my lab using my own spare key. Maybe your coming here was a sign. What do you think? Ah, yes. My thoughts exactly. Thank you for listening to me go on and on about my midlife crisis, so to speak. You have the patience of a saint. I suppose, whilst you are here, would you like to have a tour of my lab? You would? Splendid! I assure you, you will not regret this. Oh, this will be so much fun. I dare say, I think I will quite enjoy the idea of having a friend.